A defendant may either receive a trial by jury or a trial by judge. In some cases, both the Commonwealth and the defendant agree that the case should be heard by a judge without a jury. This is often called a waiver trial or a bench trial. A defendant may also proceed with a jury trial. In a jury trial, 12 jurors selected from the community decide whether or not the defendant is guilty of the crime or crimes with which he or she is charged. Once the jury is selected, they are sworn, and it is at that point, once they take the oath, that the trial formally begins. The Commonwealth gives an opening statement. An opening statement is a speech in which the lawyer for the Commonwealth outlines what the case is about. After that, the defense may decide to give an opening statement at that time, or the defense may decide to do that later in the trial. The next phase is the presentation of evidence by the Commonwealth. That means that the lawyer for the Commonwealth will call witnesses to the stand to testify, ask questions of those witnesses, and then the defendant's lawyer has an opportunity to ask cross-examination questions of the witness. Both sides may continue to ask questions until all of the relevant information has been handled. Once all the evidence has been presented, the lawyers give closing arguments to the jury. That means they argue what the evidence shows in the case. Then the judge gives instructions to the jury as to the law to be applied, and the jury goes out to deliberate or decide the case. If the defendant is found not guilty of all charges, then the defendant is discharged, meaning the bail is returned and the case is over. The Commonwealth has no right of appeal. If the defendant is found guilty of some charges, he may or she may choose to stand for sentencing, that is, be sentenced on that day. Or the defendant may say, I need additional time to present certain things, and sometimes the judge will agree to that. The defendant also, at that point, the Commonwealth may say, they would like bail increased or revoked. That is, there be no bail depending on the nature of the charges. And so the court would then make a decision as to whether or not the defendant could remain in the community at that point until the sentencing takes place.